Hello, welcome to Gatekeeping, where we take a deep dive into a pop culture phenomenon and decide if we let it through our gate.
That was so quick.
That was perfect.
Thank you so much.
It was practiced.
This is a well-oiled machine, isn't
Oh,
it?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like I always do the same, like, hello. Like, it's like got the same, like, lilt.
I feel like we don't need to say hello even because
Well,
it's like
Just get
we're
right
not
into
answering
it.
the door, doll.
Well, we're answering the hello.
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 No, I love it. You got to lubricate them a bit before you raw dog.
Whoa!
It's a family podcast.
Oh my god!
Totally. Does this get edited as well, or do you do we steamroll
Just
through
like
for
a-
an hour?
Depends on the vibe.
Okay.
No.
This is great to know. I'm just so fascinated.
It
Well-
depends what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, exactly. All right. We'll see.
We are live.
We are live.
So-
This goes straight into the feeds of our
To the
many
feed.
fans.
This is going straight into the feed. So
Well, this lovely voice that you're hearing, we're joined today by a fantastic guest, writer, actor, comedian, dancer, singer, model.
Yes.
We're joined today by the fabulous Louis Hanson.
Thank you so much for having me.
thank you for being here.
Yeah, this is really, really exciting.
We're so excited.
How are you?
I'm doing really, really well. Better than you, my love. Because you were saying off camera, off mic, that you've had a bit of a morning. Care to elaborate to your loyal fan base?
Wow, you're enabling him. Just by the way, we don't normally encourage him to like do this shit. So
Thank you so much for giving me space.
I'm holding space.
So, well, the part I didn't mention about all of this is that I have a neck injury.
oh my god.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, by the way, because this is coming out in like late July. So
Great. Oh my God. Hello, everyone in late July. Hello.
this neck injury is going to be fucking come and gone.
I doubt it. So I went to Warner Brothers Movie World. As you can see
Famously.
from the picture behind you there of me, that's me on the Kansas Twister roller coaster.
grab it.
You can see my hair blowing back quite a great speed it went at.
It's
Yes.
important for the camera.
Yes.
Well, we showed the
Thank
audience
you.
last week when we
Yeah,
recorded.
No, wait. This
They've
better
already
be,
seen it.
this better be shown every single week. Okay.
This whole podcast is just an excuse for me to get new people to talk about my neck injury with. So
July is going to be huge for this photo. Because it's going to
Literally
be shown every single
everywhere.
week.
It's going to be on billboards.
Yes.
I obtained a neck injury from Warner Brothers Movie World.
Was it during this exact moment? For those who were just listening but not viewing, you're missing out on half the story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But obviously, you are in a state of extreme exhilaration.
Yep.
This is the moment that you are dipping down in the roller coaster?
It was a turn.
It was a turn.
It was a turn, yeah.
Was this the moment you obtained the neck injury?
I feel like the injury was more of like a cumulative sort of because I went on many coasters, and this was more of a sickness. Like this was more like I was about to throw up. I think the Green Lantern is probably what did it because I did ride that one twice.
Wow.
And then woke up next morning, couldn't move. Couldn't move.
I mean, that'll do it.
Yeah. So that's kind of, that's kind of like a constant issue. And then this morning, had what we call a cream explosion.
Honey.
Yeah.
Cream explosion.
Maybe with a good time.
So, some cream exploded in my fridge, had to clean that up. And then, cleaning the kitty litter. And then, it all went over the floor from your hole in the garbage bag. So
I think the only option is to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing left.
There's no going back.
yeah, but I'm happy to be here,
Literally.
with safety,
With friends.
with friends.
With community.
Yeah.
Community. And if anything else goes wrong, especially within the next hour, feel free to just come forth and share.
I'll
Exactly.
shut the podcast down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel a real sense of community with you because I do believe the first time we ever met was out the front of the Peel at 4 a.m.
Yes.
And that was a beautiful moment.
Not the P word. But yes, let's talk about it.
It was umphcella, some may say.
Yes. Do we share who else we were with?
Oh, yeah. A friend and former guest microphone.
We're
Michael microphone.
we're outing microphone as a goer of the peel.
Might have to bleep that.
The peel, yeah.
Yeah, it was like 4 a.m. Mike and I were leaving. That might be bleeped out again. And we met. And I just think every great relationship, when you think about the foundation of a strong relationship, it must begin at the peel.
Yes.
Exactly.
Or
All roads
outside the
lead
peel.
to the peel, famously.
Yes, famously. One mentally never leaves the peel.
Oh, do you want to hear a gag? I was messaging my friend today, and because we're getting coffee after this, and I was like, I should be done around this time, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, cool. Once I leave my house, I won't be able to message you, so we'll just meet at that time. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, all transparency, I did lose my phone at the peel on Saturday.
Oh,
Great.
So
that's gone.
that's gone.
That's
Yeah.
gone
gone.
into the abyss.
Yeah.
I'm like, we'll be sending smoke signals to get in contact with you. But
Yeah. I wasn't at the peel that time.
no.
I was at home in bed.
with your boyfriend?
You have a boyfriend?
That's who I rode the Kansas Twister
fellow
with.
in the
How many minutes are we in? Boyfriend mentioned.
I thought you meant how many minutes in the relationship.
7 minutes.
No, I would say we're a solid 7 or 8 minutes in. Okay, boyfriend mentioned 7 minutes in. That's great.
I didn't bring it up, to be clear.
You never really do.
Just some bitter people sort of bring it up. Yeah.
I'm not
But
bitter.
you've frequented the peel.
I've been
Back in
twice.
the single day.
I
What?
haven't been since.
Twice.
That's a gag.
haven't
You've only
been-
been to the peel twice?
I haven't-
Clock that.
The last time I went was about 8 years ago.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because I'm not gay, actually.
I get it. And
Yeah.
so did you enjoy your 2 times 8 years ago?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
I'm convinced I got COVID from the peel. The first time I ever got COVID.
Like
I did a
place.
tour of Smith Street that night, but I was like, the 4
gonna
minutes that I
be-
was in the peel, that's when I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because I'm kind of someone who's like, when people are leaving circuit, they're like, we're going to the peel. I'm like, that's actually the sign to go home. That's kind of being like,
And
there's
that's kind
people
of-
out there that love you at home, you know. You gotta
I've got my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I've got my boyfriend.
Yeah. Not all of us can say the same.
I wonder because look, I do, and I, historically have always loved a bit of a party, and historically have not been able to, recognize when is the right time to leave the party.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna go until I can go no more.
Exactly.
But I do wonder. I wonder the next relationship I'm in. Will I be off the streets forever?
Will you be a kept woman?
Yes, will love unlock that side of my life, and will I go home and fall asleep at 7:30 p.m.
Well, that's not what I do, to be clear. I
You fall asleep at 8:30. Gotta watch The Handmaid's Tale before bed.
Exactly. The final season. It'll be finished by the time this comes out. Imagine that world.
We'll be living in a post-Handmaid's Tale world.
End of July. Who knows who we're going to be with end of July?
Could all be dead.
We could all be dead.
God willing, you know.
If you see me at the peel and it's end of July, I haven't found anyone yet. I'm not a kept woman.
If you see me at the peel at the end of July,
Something's gone
something's
terribly
gone
wrong.
terribly wrong. Yes. Terribly wrong.
There's this movie with Katharine Hepburn called Summertime, where she goes to Venice in sort of
course.
the winter of her life.
That's
And
me moving to
in the
London next
summertime,
week.
but she,
Clock that.
The winter of my life.
she famously says in that, she's like, I can't remember the quote actually, but she's something like, you know,
needed
It's
to hear this.
summertime.
Venice.
Here I come.
it's something along the lines of, I could never leave the party. I always stayed too long at the party. And then now look at her, she's alone in Venice. So just be careful.
She kind of get her. That's a sister.
She really gets it. It's honestly been, obviously like the Charlie Party for You trend that's been going around at the moment. And I just can't help when I listen to that Party for You outro, you just can't help but think, fuck, that's what it feels like to be at 6 a.m. at the peel.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. To you, because to me, that is like so
To
emblematic.
walk out into the sunlight and be like, where am I going?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I reckon it was like the start of this year. I went to the Peel and I kissed someone.
Slut.
Kissed someone. And then after the fact, it turned out that he wasn't single.
Oh. It was Sam.
Yeah.
Got him.
Which I hadn't known at the time. Mm-hmm. Cut to 6 a.m. I'm leaving the Peel. I get into the Uber. I say, take me home.
Just drive.
Just drive. I put my AirPods in. I look out the window. I put on The Other Woman by Lana Del Rey at 6 a.m.
You hag.
And I just look out like this.
The Other Woman.
Yep.
And if that isn't the outro for Party For You, I don't know what it is.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And it's also The Other Woman. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you brought us a lovely topic today. Something I can't believe we haven't covered yet. So perfect.
Another woman who, in the winter of her life, went to Italy.
It's true.
It's true.
Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire.
Elizabeth.
Lizzie McGuire movie. Now,
first thing we have to mention.
Great.
Me and her, we both have the capital G in our last names.
No, but that's really
You
important.
all thinking it right.
You also have an imaginary friend that you talk to. No one else can see. This boyfriend of yours. This little cartoon character.
Yeah. I think they really ate with the design of Lizzie's cartoon
she's
self.
fierce.
Yeah.
Did you have an imaginary friend growing up?
No. Did you?
Probably.
I definitely spoke to things.
To things.
There were voices in my head for sure.
like
Same.
apparitions and sort of ghosts. And,
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
See dead people.
Did you ever
Sixth
see?
Sense of it.
Did you ever see the John Krasinski directed film If Imaginary Friend?
No.
No.
With Phoebe
neither did I.
Waller-Bridge. Yes. I just remember when I was in New York last time, there was posters for that everywhere.
Wow.
And I was just
oh my
like,
God, you went to New York.
But it was just like so and so. I was like, who? This is like opposite of Kia City. It's like John Krasinski, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, so and so. Couldn't tell you who
Brad
else.
Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Did you say Phoebe Bridges?
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Okay, sorry.
I understand the confusion.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
Not to be confused with the
Yeah.
famous Phoebe
Yeah.
Bridges.
Well, we'll all have to watch If at
Yes.
some point.
Well, what are we all doing after this?
Oh, I'm not watching If. That's
Well,
for sure.
let's touch base end of July. And maybe we'll deliver an If episode.
Wait,
It's
no,
probably
that-
the biggest film worldwide by then.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
cult following, it's probably really caught on.
Yeah. I mean, well, speaking of cult followings, Lizzie McGuire movie. That has a cult following in my mind.
I think it does.
Well,
I wouldn't even say cult. I would just say
It was a hit.
it was a hit.
it was a smash. I have a fact for you.
Oh, go on.
I have a trivia question.
Oh.
How much do you think it grossed in the box office?
Oh my God.
Ah,
$10 billion?
Close.
About? I'm going to say.
it's like 300
Whoa.
mil.
Wait, I'm going to say 9. I'm going to say 95.
Okay, so I thought that I was going to eat with this statistic because you were both going to be like 2 million. It was 55.5 million.
Okay,
Which is really
for
good.
2003, adjusted for inflation.
Oh
That's huge.
my goodness. And that's USD doll.
Oh, is that just domestic?
That's 55 USD and in 2003. So speak on that.
That's
Huge.
probably about 100 billion by now.
exactly.
Wait, I'm gagged by 300 billion.
Well, I don't know.
You went there and I loved it.
I don't know.
That's a lot of
a
money.
lot of people love Lizzie.
hey, she has global appeal.
Yes.
I get it.
That's like Marvel money. But, you know, it is Lizzie.
Maybe I got a bit too excited.
Yes.
But I'd pay 300 million to watch Hilary Duff do anything.
And they were going to do, I mean, look, we'll obviously get into this, but there was real genuine talk about doing a sequel, and it's the sequel that never happened. And it makes me really, really upset.
Well, there was the cancelled reboot, of course.
The cancelled reboot, the whole discrepancy between My Hillary and Disney.
Yeah.
There was some differing, in the contractual period.
Yeah, she wanted 100K per episode,
As she
which I
bloody
think
well
is
deserves.
fair. It's completely fair.
Absolutely.
Literally.
Are you kidding?
It's freaking
It's Hilary fucking Duff, bro.
Right. Like, it's 100K.
That's pennies.
Exactly, for Disney.
For what she brings. I
Exactly.
think she's so charming, and like I still have so much love for her, no matter what she does. You know.
I would follow her to the ends of the earth. Truly.
Same.
And what's she in How I Met Your Father at the moment?
She
Is in
was,
that?
I think that
It was.
cancelled.
Is that done too? Yeah.
She was in my favorite TV show, Younger,
Yeah.
with Sutton Foster.
Yeah.
And she was supposed to get a spin-off.
Really?
Because that was the thing. When Lizzie McGuire, the reboot, was cancelled, they were like, we're giving you a Kelsey spin-off. And that just never materialized.
Kelsey.
Her character was called Kelsey. Right. She moved to LA to do her own publishing house.
Wait, that is so us coded.
Fierce.
Because my question is like, who is her management team and why isn't it us? Because
Speak on that.
what I'm hearing is there are a lot of potential spin-offs that fall through.
Yes.
My statement is, if we were her managerial team, that wouldn't have happened.
No.
That would not be the case.
Well, they
Exactly.
were going to do a spin-off with Selena Gomez. Did you know about this? From the original series. She was going to play Miranda's younger sister. And it was going to be about her family moving to, get ready for this, Australia.
Whoa.
And it was going to be kind of like crazy adjusting to, oh my God, there's a kangaroo in my backyard type thing.
And then Selena
Well, they
passed.
did the
She said, "Give me
she passed on.
wizards."
Yeah.
Wow.
said wizards or nothing.
Yeah. So they found a place for her, but we could have had
We could have had Lalaine in Amelia Perez.
Wow.
because she's quite big now, right?
Lalaine.
Yeah.
No.
Selena Gomez. she's achieved some success, moderate success.
But I
She
thought
won
Lalaine was
best-
like famous.
No, I think she Lalaine kind of care.
Oh, she fell off.
She did because she didn't. Did she not want to do the movie?
Well, okay, then we have to get into the feud now because she had a feud with Hillary. Yeah. I feel
Whoa. I feel like I should have known this.
bad for the whole thing because it was just kind of like teenage. Like there was because Hillary was kind of out and about doing, her albums, this.
Well,
She was busy.
excellent
She was
albums.
busy. She's busy.
she was doing gigs, and in the gig economy, you just
Yeah.
got to go gigs.
Exactly.
Exactly. And Lalaine,
She was performing at Rod Laver Arena. I was there both times.
what?
Hilary Duff.
She performed at Rod Laver Arena?
And I was there
Both times.
We had
When?
the Metamorphosis tour, of course, and then we had the Dignity tour.
Dignity Tour.
Dignity tour.
Now that is a great name for a tour.
The album called Dignity. Beautiful.
Dignity.
Had such hits, including With Love,
With love.
Gypsy Woman,
Gypsy woman.
about the woman that her dad was cheating on her mother with.
Gypsy woman.
That was her Lindsay Lohan daughter to father.
Yes.
Which, so late July, maybe early August, maybe mid-August, we'll come back and we'll talk about Daughter to Father by
Yes.
Lindsay Lohan because that's pivotal.
It really is.
Truly. Are you a child of divorce?
I'm not.
Oh, well. We won't. Wow.
But trust me, when I listen to that song, I am. I am a child of divorce because I feel her pain. I'm an empath,
Yeah.
of course.
I wait for the postman to bring me a letter.
Are you kidding? And then how she repeats that line at the very end.
Yeah.
Bring me a letter. And then it just fades. Are you fucked? Lindsay, what the fuck are you doing to 12-year-olds across the world?
Was Hillary singing
Heartbreak.
live at the Dignity Tour?
Listen, I couldn't tell you.
Who
I
needs to
was
speak
a
live
child.
these days?
Well, that's kind of the whole gag of this movie, the Lizzie McGuire movie, the lip syncing.
that's so true.
They're like, you're a fraud for not lip syncing.
Wait, okay.
We're skipping ahead.
Let's get one thing out of the way. Who has been to Rome, Italy here?
I have
You
not.
haven't been to Rome,
I've
Italy?
never been to Italy.
Wow.
I know.
I've been. Yeah. Don't worry.
Isn't
I've
it such a
So we
key?
get it. Yeah. And did you like Rome, Italy?
I did.
I believe the locals call it Roma.
Yes. I should wear my hat. I've got my Roma hat over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
I've seen Alfonso Cuarón's Roma though, so I think I'm across it.
Well, exactly.
Was that even said in okay. Yep.
A little bit of humour for our cinephile friends.
Yeah, exactly. It's semantics. You know how it is. No, I loved Rome. The men are really sexy and the history is really gorgeous.
But the men are sexy but evil, which is what this film understands.
I mean, but do you know my type? Like, thank you so much.
You were at the Peel at some hour kissing some person. You
yeah,
did tell
yeah.
us.
Yeah, I was on my dignity tour.
Oh, bitch.
Did you love Roma?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I did.
Cool.
Yeah.
No hesitation there. That was awesome.
No, I did. I thought the food was delicious. Yeah, beautiful history. You know, I was into that. The Colosseum was just beautiful.
Where Lizzie performed.
I did find
Famously.
I did find it really hard to sort of get around. No, they don't really Uber there, which I found really challenging.
Vespa.
Yeah.
Did you go on a Vespa?
No, I'd crack my head open immediately and die. Did you? Oh.
And I felt it was so full circle. I felt so Lizzie. Are you
Literally,
kidding?
well, the poster of her on the Vespa.
Yeah.
Charlie wants to,
Come to me whenever you want, Diva. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this movie does feel, I think it's a fantastic like movie version of a TV show.
Oh my God.
Oh, Charlie.
No, this is gorgeous.
I feel like what they did really well was kind of give it its own like concept.
Take it out of the world and they expand it.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of the time with like movie versions of TV shows, they kind of just try to do the same thing.
Yes.
But in a movie.
I feel like the Disney ones are often quite, like they take it out. Like you look at High School Musical, the third movie.
Well, no, I'm talking about film.
Well, High School Musical was in the cinema,
no
number
offense.
3. And that's where they kind of...
I'm talking art house cinema.
I was also thinking like I do love when something is called like the blank movie.
Yeah.
Like the B movie.
The Simpsons movie.
The Simpsons movie.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And,
this
it's
is
never
all
film
on
either.
Lizzie.
It's never film.
All
it's
on
movie.
Lizzie.
Because I saw another fact, and also if my facts are incorrect, who cares? Let's move on.
We have a legal and fact check team.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll,
No, the gatekeeping legal team.
Oh, absolutely.
they're huge.
But my fact is that I think Lizzie McGuire movie was the first Disney TV show to film Pipeline. Like
Yeah.
it was the first Disney show that was made into a film.
Oh my
It was
god.
just so popular.
Yeah.
So
Do we
it was the blueprint, some will say.
She was the
And for all intents and purposes, Lizzie McGuire, Hilary Duff came out the best. She's still standing. She had no scandals.
Yep.
She did not have like that Disney child star for breakdown Pipeline
She did have the one incident, but we were all on her side.
blowjob after the wedding ring.
Okay.
That's
I mean, that's not an incident.
It's a cream explosion. Right?
In fact, that's some relatable content.
Yeah, that's funny.
The gays are sitting there like, so what now? That's news?
So, what now?
What now?
I was talking about her feud with Dieter Addison. Do you
Do you know about her feud with
this?
Faye Dunaway?
Yes.
Do you know about her feud with Faye Dunaway?
No.
So Hilary Duff was supposed to be in a remake of Bonnie and Clyde, and Faye Dunaway, notorious cunt, was just like, I don't know, like how she's gonna do it. I don't know who this young girl is. She can't act, whatever. And then Hilary Duff was like, basically came out in an interview and was just like, yeah, I don't know who this old lady is. Like no one's watching her anymore.
I did see this. So that was Faye Dunaway.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, ended her.
Ended Faye Dunaway.
Faye, real silence since then.
Actually, quite the opposite.
Except when she fucked up the Oscar.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was her fault.
that was good on her.
But apart from that, she has been pretty scandal free.
No, so Dieter Addison, her neighbor, that she blasted on Instagram stories. Don't
Oh,
you
I
guys
think I
know about
remember
this?
this when she was like, my neighbor's like smoking all the time.
Smoking weed too much, and she like got his full name and was like tagging him on her Instagram stories. She was like, "You've never had a real job in your life, and you keep me up at night, and you know
What
you don't
year was
understand what
this?
hard work is."
Like 4
It
years
was
ago.
a while
It was
ago.
recently.
Yeah, I think it was longer.
Maybe.
I know we're old, and you know the time just goes.
Time
but-
just passes by at a rapid rate. My love.
And yeah, she was like, when you fight with your girlfriend or boyfriend, stop breaking so much furniture. And
Or
then,
boyfriend.
yes,
She said inclusive.
yes.
Fag.
Well,
Queen.
well, there's, you know, obviously that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top.
Well, exactly.
That is so girl wearing sweaters at top.
She threw the first brick at Stonewall.
Yes,
Literally.
the first skirt. But actually, we are on her side because one of the other neighbors chimed in and was like, "He's a piece of shit."
Period.
So, we support.
We're on her side. And you know what? I'm an absolute supporter for taking matters into your own hands and going on your Instagram stories to fight for justice. Go straight to your Instagram stories, tag the
people.
person,
Use
tag,
someone's full name.
Yeah.
tag, use their
Dox
full
them.
government name, tag.
Their address.
My upstairs neighbor.
Oh, we've been doxing him on this podcast for years.
That's my Dita Addison. Seriously, if I knew his full name, he would be ended.
Check his mailbox.
Would you ever want to do like a gatekeeping tell-all and just for like one episode, you bring this person down and interrogate them and have full beef for an hour with them?
I am very scared of him. So I think he would probably kill me.
Yeah.
Totally.
Your upstairs neighbors are quite scary.
Extremely.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Every time I've house sat, he's just kind of like come down and been like,
what?
well, not like, he hasn't like come down, but like he'll always be like,
He's like comes into the house.
yeah, he's got a key, girl.
What do you mean he comes down?
Like I'll be like arriving as he's like leaving or something, and he's just like,
Oh.
and I'm like, I have a key. I'm here.
Oh, not that guy. No, I love him. The old man.
yeah.
Oh, no, we love the old man.
Okay, we love him.
The old
He's
man.
always going on drives late at night.
I mean,
He's picking up his wife. She works late. Yeah. Just toxic my whole building.
Got this.
I love him. He's so nice. And he's probably looking at you being like, you don't live here. You know, you've killed Sam and broken into his
he
place.
knows the lay of the land.
Yeah,
for
he's
sure.
like, you're gay, but not that gay. the other one's taller.
I swear.
I thought Trade lived there. What's this?
But the scary neighbor, I fear that I'm getting into a bit of a theme here, but the scary neighbor, is he also kind of hot?
Not at all.
Oh,
Yeah, I wish, that would
That'd change everything.
And I'd put up
He
with
might have
that.
2 boyfriends.
Sorry.
Yeah, he can probably hear every word, right now. So, but good.
He's a big
Fuck you.
I'm not scared of him.
I know you're watching this. Fuck you. Yeah.
get him.
So the movie.
Oh my God, the movie.
Now, Mrs. Is it Ungermeyer? Ungermeyer. Sorry.
Played by Alex Borstein.
And who's that?
Lois Griffin.
What?
Shut the fuck up.
Boots.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bitch.
Her being one of the greatest actresses of our time.
Mrs. Ungermeyer is Lois Griffin.
Yeah, bitch.
What? Jesus.
Could she not have thrown in one,
Peanut. Lizzie.
And like, it makes so much sense now.
Yeah. Gag it.
Wow.
Lizzie.
Well, it's good to
Head count.
She's probably a billionaire.
Oh, yeah. These voice actors. Mila Kunis, rich as fuck. You know Mila Kunis plays Meg in Family Guy?
Yeah.
I need to get an animation
Jennifer Tilly,
role.
she's rich as hell.
I'm gagged about Mrs. Ungermeyer though, because
Yeah.
that's the crossover I just had never thought possible.
Two of the most iconic performances of all time.
Yeah.
Ungermeyer and Lois.
Lois Griffin.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wow.
Because she is one of my favorite characters, if not the favorite character of mine in this film.
Oh, yeah.
Mrs. Ungermeyer, I just think she's so unbelievably fierce, and she marches to the beat of her own drum.
Exactly.
She should be lesbian is my only complaint.
Oh, literally.
Yeah.
No, she is.
But she has a romance plotline with...
No, I don't care. She is, because in my head,
I think
it
they were
makes total
clocking
sense
each
that she's
other.
gay.
They were just like, hey sis, hey
Oh,
sis. Because that
okay.
bodyguard was kind of queenie.
I guess.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to protect the pop girlie, not you little
Yeah.
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 So,
I think, like, I get it. There was, like, perhaps a romance. But, like, details. I think that she 100% is a lesbian.
oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
I did also want to hold space for this film being directed by a gay guy.
oh, really?
Let's celebrate that.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's
He
celebrate
directed
that.
another Cinderella story, didn't he? He's done a few with Miss Duff.
I don't know if that's true.
Who's this gay?
I think his name is Jim Fall.
Hi, gay.
Let me get up the letterbox.
And he directed some gay movie,
Jim Fall, the Fall guy.
But doesn't that make so much sense that
Yeah.
the Lizzie McGuire movie would be directed by a gay man?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
And there's some incredible moments of direction. Like, you wouldn't think that the Lizzie McGuire movie has a Psycho reference in it. Did we all catch that?
Yes.
They should have premiered this at Venice
I have to
I mean,
in competition at the Venice Film Festival 2000.
She would have won the
Exactly.
the
The
bear,
lion.
the lion. Yes.
no, well, because the film is, it goes without saying, but is incredibly camp.
Oh,
Yes.
of course.
Incredibly camp.
Now you were saying that there's one character in this that you don't love.
Let me have a sip of my coffee.
Now, because Lizzie in the film is sort of in a love triangle. No,
I would say
she's between.
she's betwixt.
She's
two.
a rose between two thorns.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now her primary love interest.
Paolo.
Oh no, I was gonna say that's Gordo.
Oh.
I would say, I felt that
Because
was,
it's from the show.
Yeah.
He's the kind of the end game.
yeah.
Well, if you can't tell by my groan, I have beef with Gordo. There.
What?
There,
I
I'll
think
say
he's
it.
There, I
great.
said it.
I said it.
I love
I'll
Gordo.
die on this hill.
Gag.
Gordo, you dorky dweeb. Absolutely not. You do not deserve my Lizzie.
I agree.
Sorry, and like
It felt a little bit not forced, but it kind of was just like, all right.
Get out
so
of here.
forced, and like throughout the entire movie, because I would argue, I understand that in the entire McGuire pipeline, Gordo is that love interest.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking about Lizzie McGuire movie being its own vacuum,
Okay.
its own vacuum,
Okay.
which that's what I'm looking at
Yep.
today.
As we so often do.
Yes, a vacuum. Paolo, primary love interest, and Gordo is just getting in the damn way because I don't care what Paolo may or may not have done. He's always going to be my number one.
He tried to kill her.
Well,
What?
so what?
Publicly. So he tried to kill her image. It was in the Colosseum. It was in the Colosseum, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Don't we see the imagery, the symbolism?
No,
There's a gladiator up in here.
Yeah.
I just feel like the entire movie, which is kind of the general vibe I get from Gordo in his day-to-day life, very mopey, very look, I'll be a good friend, but like, woe is me. Oh, like, you're such a victim, Gordo. Grow up.
Snap the fuck out of it, Gordo.
I think he's such a good person. Like, he sacrificed his trip to help Lizzie get with Paolo. He was being sent home at the end by Ungermeyer.
Ungermeyer, yeah.
I just think he did it to himself.
A little bit. It was kind of giving like,
And I know
my girlfriend doesn't like me, so I'm just, nice guys come last. Oh.
No.
Yes.
But he
I don't think he was, I don't think he was
that.
like
he was
that
fine.
mopey about
he
it.
was fine with it. Because he's an adult, he's
I think he's manipulative, and he knew exactly
Toxic.
what he's toxic. He knew what he was doing. He made Lizzie cry when she found out that he went home,
Ugh.
and I just think
that's incredibly toxic.
don't do that to my girl. I know that I will be on this hill alone because everyone's like, Gordo, king. But nah, today is the day that I officially declare war
On Gordo.
on Gordo.
Beautiful.
If you were in that Colosseum with him, it would have been
Oh my God,
thumbs
had a
down.
knife.
it would have been on site.
Yeah.
Because he's such a victim.
Literally, yeah.
I think he's a great guy. Well, in terms of Endgame anyway, she didn't end up with him apparently. In the reboot they were going to do,
Yeah.
they didn't end up together,
And that's fair.
which is sad.
Yeah.
Actually, the reboot,
Was supposed to be sexy.
it was going to be called Elizabeth McGuire.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I understand the shift that she wanted to show that she was an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Maybe Liz.
Liz McGuire.
Liz,
Yeah.
Elizabeth, you're taking the piss.
Exactly.
I thought-
to call someone Elizabeth is very like pointed.
It's giving the queen.
It's a lot of syllables.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Yep.
4.
We crunch the numbers. That's
And that's like in comparison to Lizzie. That's two we'll never get back.
Exactly.
That is two we'll never get back.
I was thinking one,
Liz.
Liz
yeah.
Liz
McGuire.
Liz Mc.
Liz McG. There we go.
Gee, wait. Paolo is
Hot.
Yeah.
He was my sexual awakening. Mind you, I was like, I think 8 when it came out.
Yep.
He was my sexual awakening.
Period. You said
Okay.
sing for me, Pablo.
I said, sing for me and only me, Paolo.
It is a very beautiful, you would get swept away by him.
absolutely.
You on the Vespa and, going to
I felt like
wherever they
Kate when
go.
she was like, that should have been me.
Yes.
She was like, how does Lizzie McGuire get to have my European summer?
Love Kate.
Love Kate.
Love Kate.
Ultimately a girl's girl.
At the end of the day, a girl's girl.
A girl's
Yeah.
girl. Like when I say Miss Ungermeyer was my favorite character. Like, Kate is a close second because this movie was pivotal for her.
Yeah.
It was her redemption
Yeah.
narrative.
Yes.
A redemption narrative that she so desperately needed.
Yeah.
Exactly. I loved that because in the series, apparently, like Lizzie was like, she got a bra, so she stopped being friends with me, which can't.
I mean,
Can't.
she's only human.
Yes.
Wouldn't she do the same?
She kind of showed that her character was four-dimensional.
Exactly.
You know, she gave her depth.
She went from Lizzie McGuire, you're an outfit repeater, to Lizzie McGuire, you are a friend.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
And she said, when we go back to the States, you're going to go back to being a booger and I'm going to bully the fucking shit out of you. But for now, I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
But that happens on holiday, you know? School
I
camps
never
and stuff.
bought the whole thing of Lizzie being like a dork because she's like the most
fierce.
beautiful, charming, fashionable girl. But then they try and make her Mr. Bean, you know?
Oh,
Lizzie McBean.
the amount of time that she trips. Stop tripping,
Watch where
girl.
you're going.
I feel like she had the wrong size shoes. That's what that was giving.
Yeah.
Or like maybe her feet turn in or something.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Toenail.
Maybe she had a big toenail.
Is that what you said?
No.
But let's go with that.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
yes and.
Yes.
Maybe she had a big toenail. Hold space
Who
for
among
that.
us hasn't?
Had a big toenail. Yeah.
They couldn't ever let Lizzie just serve. There had to be a trip or a stumble or a hurdle.
Even in this bloody runway sequence, she
Just let
wasn't
her
serving.
serve. Just let her
Let the girl serve.
I love her everyday fashion, like the bejeweled sort of jeans.
Oh, the
like,
hair clips,
yeah.
the like crimpy.
It's so cunt.
Yeah.
It's so cunt.
Exactly.
The igloo dress is one of the most iconic fashion moments of cinema history, I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now that whole sequence, fashion.
Is
beauty.
that the one that has the cover of
The Taylor Dane cover of Supermodel by RuPaul?
Yes.
And who the hell is Taylor Dane?
She's one of RuPaul's favorite singers. She sings Tell It to My Heart.
Hey, shout out to Taylor Dane.
Shout out to Taylor Dane if you're
Do you know
listening.
who this is?
Absolutely not.
You don't,
But
you don't
I
know
know
the
Sing It
song
to My Heart.
Yeah.
But I don't.
How does that go?
Have you not seen the
the
video of RuPaul singing Tell It to My Heart?
No.
Oh my God.
Wait, how does that song go?
it to my heart. Tell me I'm the only one. Na, 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 na. That was beautiful.
You guys were harmonizing it. That was amazing. I've never heard it. Yeah.
Really? You haven't? That's crazy.
I don't think so.
RuPaul.
Yeah,
I have to find
sorry.
this RuPaul video.
Of course.
Okay. I was gonna say, do you
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Oh no.
Never let me go.
Just post it on Instagram one day.
Tonight I really need to know. Tell it to my heart. Tell me I'm the only one. Is this real?
Oh, I know that song. Yeah.
So when RuPaul sings that, yeah.
I get it. That's
I
Miss
s-
Paul's impact.
Exactly.
I feel like you guys were in a different key or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Off,
He was
maybe. Yeah.
Lower.
Flat.
Well, he said, Taylor Dane, you covered my song. Let me outsell you with this little Instagram reel.
And it always, cover girl, when the song starts playing during the famous runway scene, it slaps me across the face every time because
Literally.
I forget that it's coming, and then it hits me.
I was gagged. I was like, oh my God, they got RuPaul. And then the girl started singing. And I was like,
The girl.
the girl.
The girl,
The girl.
the girl.
Taylor Dane.
Well, I only know that it was Taylor Dane because I had the subtitles on the Disney Plus and just kept Taylor Dane cover of RuPaul's Supermodel. I was like, crazy.
It's important.
Do you guys know the film critic Roger Ebert?
He hated this, didn't he?
Yes. Do you know him?
Did he?
I actually wrote down a quote. These are my notes.
Great.
Yeah, my
Handwritten.
notebook. Handwritten.
In pencil.
Yeah, in pencil because I couldn't find my pen.
Oh, she's an investigative journalist.
He said Lizzie, he hated her. He hated her. He said Lizzie has never had a real idea in her silly little head, and in the real world, her sunny naivete is going to lead to crushing disappointments. She'll be the sad and silent one in the corner at the 2023 class reunion.
Gag.
Isn't that like what? Why was he so mad?
Why is Roger Ebert reviewing the Lizzie McGuire movie?
I felt like he usually did a good job of recognizing when a movie maybe wasn't for him, but can resonate with others. But on this one, he was way off.
There's a lot of pain in that. He literally just said, "Fuck that bitch."
Yeah, literally.
I hate her.
I think he wanted to be her or something. Yeah.
beef
hurt
with
people
Hilary
hurt
Duff.
people.
Yeah.
He was Team Lelaine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she's canonically in Mexico City, I think,
Yes.
on vacation for this
That's
film.
what they
Yeah.
they get that out the way very quickly.
Yeah.
So they do say that at the start, right? Don't they?
Yeah.
Because
At the graduation.
she's like, Gordo, how do I look? And he's like, just because Miranda's in Mexico City doesn't mean that I can be your fashion advisor.
Yeah.
Because I don't know too much. I know that they obviously the girls were beefing, but I don't know too much about the law. Do either of you know?
Sorry, I never feel closed the loop on that. Because Lizzie wanted to have her singing career, but then
Hillary.
Sorry, yes, just one person.
potato.
Yeah, but then Lelaine sung on the show first, which really pissed off the Hillary camp.
Yes,
including the mum was furious.
That makes sense.
And then it was a thing of Hillary being away from set, and Lelaine's sort of always on set, so she was closer with everyone. So then Hillary comes in, and she kind of felt like a bit of an outsider maybe because Lelaine had everyone, and it just was a thing of them being too young to know how to handle that, and both being famous at a young age.
Absolutely.
And just both wanting to sing.
We all just want to sing.
We
in
all
the end.
just
They
wanna
need to work it
sing.
out on the
We all want-
remix.
Yeah.
And that is
oh
what
my
I would
God.
like.
Wow.
I feel like they're probably cool now. I think it was just a thing of teens being teens.
I think Hilary Duff is pretty down to earth
well,
from
but
my
you can see
experiences
her.
with her.
Okay.
From my coffees with her.
Well,
on the Dignity
saw
tour.
her in person multiple times actually.
What,
I went to
on the
both
street?
concerts.
Yeah.
I went to I went to a Vulture Fest panel about the final season of Younger, and she was there
When? Where?
when I was in New York.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
That was a gag, actually. They were
It was a gag, wasn't
Because
it?
they were like, because it was the last season, they had this big talk, and they were like, before the talk starts, we're going to show you the first episode of the final season of Younger, and the season wasn't set to premiere for like 3 months. And I was
The crowd would have erupted.
literally, I messaged my friend. I was like, bitch, I'm about to watch the first episode of Younger.
And what was Hillary there? Like,
Hillary was there. Hillary, Sutton, Miriam Shaw, my good friend. Gagged it.
Was Darren Star there?
I think he was, actually.
I don't care. But it's
Yeah. It was a historic moment for me.
yeah. That's powerful.
I'm sorry. Some of the things that you go to shows.
They're amazing.
I'm Younger Hive. Since day one, I was watching Younger week by week.
That's perfect.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's a really good show, you guys. It's great. More people should watch Younger.
Get into it.
Have you seen
Yeah.
Younger?
No.
Well, I know what you're going to do tonight.
Well-
it's on Stan.
Oh my God, there's so many things I have to watch.
It was Younger. That was kind of like the bold type nachos,
Yeah,
right?
so it was Sutton Foster gets mistaken for
No, I
being...
know what it is.
Oh. Well, do you know what it is?
No, but I'm saying, did it copy the bold type?
Kind of. Like they both were in like the publishing
Okay.
Cool.
industry. But yeah.
I'm all about publishing.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
We need to publish, that
need to
famous Meryl Streep quote from The Post.
Yeah.
Publish.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Post?
Yes.
Oh, now that's a film.
Now that, okay.
I'm really
July,
glad you've
August,
seen that.
September, maybe early September, we'll come back.
For the post
yeah.
discussion.
There's going to be post retrospective screenings.
Literally,
Yeah.
literally.
In France, that's called La
Le Post.
Post.
And I just think, how cool is that?
Language.
Also, like, not to flex on you both, but
You speak French?
You went to the premiere.
Oh, je parle un peu français. Oui.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I got ducks of French in my year.
Whoa.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I got ducks of history and media.
I got ducks of media too.
What study score did you get?
Stop asking me about my ATAR.
Wait, let's all say our ATARs on the count of 3.
I went to a glorified TAFE. I got the highest ATAR out of my friend group, and guess it was like 54. So fuck you all.
And what did you get?
Let's all say it in the count of 3.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
98.45.
Outsole.
Did you say 98.45?
Yeah.
98.4. Fuck! That was slow-mo for me. I was watching your mouth and my mouth at the same time going 98.4, and then I was wanting you to stop just there. Damn.
That's crazy. Wow. So we see each other.
Yeah, totally.
How old are you?
29.
Okay.
old
So
are
what
you?
if it was the same year, 26?
How old are you?
26.
Gorgeous. A gorgeous age.
Yes.
26. Oh my God.
Okay, now that we got that out of the way.
Everyone, say your ATAR. And everyone at home, say your ATAR. 3, 2, 1. Exactly.
Ooh, a bit low, yeah. Okay. Not quite as high as mine, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need a high ATAR. I'm living my life.
Yes.
Look at me. Look at me.
You went to the premiere of Younger.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
Look at you on gatekeeping.
Exactly.
we all end up here.
We all end up here.
The same spot.
But I do love publishing. I famously got my master's degree in publishing.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Well, you've really got to watch Younger. You'll love it. You will love it.
Girl, I'm all about that publishing life.
So when the
Exactly.
post came out, you were like, I'm
I was
there.
like,
So we need to talk about well, okay.
so where does one go from here?
Well, we need to recognize Hillary for doing an incredible dual performance in this film. Playing, what's her name?
Isabella.
Isabella.
That Italian accent, EGOT.
Flawless.
EGOT.
Flawless.
It's giving Russian. It's quite interesting.
Paolo.
Yeah.
Sing for me, Paolo.
She tried, definitely.
And she
She
succeeded.
yeah, okay.
She
okay.
ate,
She ate.
as the kids say.
She ate. She devoured.
Don't you think Gordo did something heroic at the airport when he
Went under.
when he
You're such a Gordo apologist.
I mean he
Kinda got a
saved
similar
the
vibe.
world.
You've got the curly brown hair.
He
Gordo
is my
teeth.
inspiration.
Your Gordo teeth.
Yeah.
Do you see a bit of yourself in Gordo?
I think we should all try to be like Gordo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a nice guy.
Yeah.
Just such a nice guy.
And then I was incredibly gagged that the finale took place at the Colosseum.
The only stage fit for both Lizzie and Isabella.
Exactly. And I think how beautiful that they were able to afford the Colosseum because it was real.
Yes.
And they definitely filmed there.
Yep.
They definitely filmed there. And I think how amazing that I would have put a stage over that, the ground, the center.
That old crap.
That old
Yeah.
crap.
Rocks.
The maze. They managed to.
Yes.
But licensing, they were able to just, the red tape, and they were
Yeah.
able to perform at the Colosseum.
I think they purchased it.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
Hillary
they
Duff
bought
owns
it.
the Colosseum.
Yes.
She does. Because, something has to be admired here about the green screen of it all, the CGI of it all. Because,
There wasn't any.
Well, there wasn't, but if there was, one must
I
talk
couldn't even
about
tell.
it. One must
I would
talk
never
about
be
it
able to
because
tell.
it was amazing.
Yes.
If it existed because it was all real. But the moment that, the International Music Video Awards takes place,
Yeah.
that's
The prestigious International Music Video Awards.
that's when the effects really come out.
Oh yeah, the kind of the bright light in the background, just kind of putting a haze over everything was
Yeah.
a nice touch.
Yes. And there is... Okay, let's get into it. So obviously she's performing. She's performing. And this is when Isabella, comes out on stage, exposes Paolo for the scum that he is.
For lip syncing.
For lip syncing. He famously can't sing. I wouldn't care if he can sing or he could not sing. He's still mine. I love him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm his, he's mine.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I'm that free.
Are you going to be at the Lifetimes tour in like 2 weeks?
He's mine.
And that's all I'm going to say on that.
Because I'm going to be there. Just saying. Yep. Anyway.
I'm going to be at everyone. He said, I got tickets to all 11 nights.
So is she coming in 2 weeks?
It's about that. Yeah. It's
mean,
really come
Just
around
missed
quick.
out. I'm so upset. By like a week.
Obviously, when this is comes out, you will have already been.
Yep.
So why don't you tell the audience how you found it?
I'll put in 2 versions, and we can edit it. So it was amazing. It was the best night of my life. Changed everything.
Everything.
Wow.
All I need to say is just wow.
And then leave a pause for editing. It was terrible. I threw up. There was a cream explosion. I broke my neck again there. Hated it.
Start to
Katy Perry,
finish.
never again.
Disgusting.
Awful
and then
woman.
we'll leave another gap. Yep. So
So
we'll figure out. Yeah, we'll see where that ends up. Ooh,
Exactly.
scary.
What an experience that was.
Yeah.
That you had.
I
An experience was had.
An experience was had.
Positive or negative.
Yes.
Yeah. It was one of those things,
Exactly,
wasn't it?
as
Yeah.
it so often is.
Yeah.
Of course. So then Paolo runs away.
Yes.
Paolo runs away. And then Lizzie and Isabella, they do this gorgeous moment. They come together. But then Isabella...
She says, "You take the stage, my sis."
She saw
Right.
the talent. She saw talent.
Shamika said she had potential.
Yes.
One verse, and she says,
Non mi scusi.
you live your truth. And so then Lizzie starts living her absolute truth, and she decides to absolutely serve. But there
As
is...
she so often does.
she never fails.
Exactly.
But there is one scene that needs to... Everyone, rewind the tapes, because
Okay.
you need to watch this one scene of this gorgeous stunt double moment where she's like... So it's like front camera, like she's performing to the stage, and then it cuts, and the camera is behind her. It's not her. It's not her.
No.
There is someone wearing a wig gyrating like this. Sorry if you're only listening in an audio format. But it's the part where it goes, "This is what dreams. And it's just not her. It's not her.
And the vocals aren't her either.
And the vocals aren't her either.
It's Haley
Haley.
Duff, her sister.
I thought Steinfeld.
Now that would be the gag of the season.
Yes.
No, I'm Haley Duff. She did the vocals for Isabella, and they like interpolated it into both.
Yeah.
Wait, so why didn't Hillary sing?
I don't think she has the range.
She couldn't really hit that dream.
You could.
You have an amazing voice.
yeah.
You have an amazing voice.
But then on the
Thank
like
you.
the song that we hear out in the wild
Yeah.
on Spotify, it's all Hillary. Is it
Oh,
not?
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was. Oh, is it a different version on
Maybe.
Spotify?
It might be.
It's Trisha Paytas.
Please.
It is one of the best movie songs, like original movie songs, I would say.
It is a fucking auditory masterpiece.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
It's up there with like Shallow. You know?
yes.
Yeah.
Imagine if Hillary Duff was, we need to get we need to get Hillary Duff in A Star Is Born.
Whoa.
If we were her managerial team once
Wait,
again, that would have
Greenlit.
already
Hillary
happened.
Duff would have an EGOT. by
And you know
now.
who could play her Jackson Maine? Her husband. The guy he's a musician.
I mean, the guy.
That guy.
The girl and the guy.
The girl and the guy. And because she kind of gets back in the studio sometimes for her husband's
Wait, is it Joel Madden?
work. No.
No, that's isn't that
Cameron
a Cameron
Diaz.
Diaz vibe. Yeah.
Oh. And Nicole.
98.
Oh, and
That's my 0.5 there coming in.
is that because there's Benji? Is he Nicole Richie? Or Ashley Simpson? I
don't know,
Or am I thinking of Ashley Simpson, Pete Wentz? I think that's what I'm thinking.
You
Anyway,
lost
Yeah, no, it's a whole smorgasbord
Okay.
of people.
I don't know who
a
her
web.
husband is.
Matthew Comer, I think his name is.
Oh, he produced Clarity by Zed.
How does that one go?
Oh my god. Why are you my clarity? Sorry,
That was giving Gangnam Style. I love that song. I didn't know that was a Zed joint.
Featuring Foxes, of course.
Well, people need to speak about
Oh,
Foxes
he
more.
did like Carly Rae Jepsen's Kiss.
Wait. Her
Wait.
best album.
Surely he did Hillary's Sparks.
Breathe In, Breathe Out. Yes. Oh, he didn't do Sparks.
Is that the...
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah. You're great at whistling.
Thanks. Yeah. I practice a lot at home.
I'm not very good out,
Oh, he-
but in I can.
He did this is for you, Sam. He did Pink's song Turbulence on the album Trustful.
I don't know that one.
No, because that was a really pivotal moment in her career.
The Trustful album.
Turbulence.
Okay.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Turbulence.
Are you being serious?
And it came out around the time of... Well, it
You
came
don't
out
know Turbulence?
the time of the turbulence, the plane
turbulent
turbulence. Like, we remember that.
Yeah.
In the Trustful era, of course.
You don't know Trustful?
of Trustful fame.
Exactly.
Now, that's a Max Martin, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Martin.
I can't actually picture the song in my head, actually.
Well, it was on his discography, but it didn't have a link. So I think it might have been a deep cut. You know how like when you go through songs.
I know the singles from Trustful, and I know
Sure you
Turbulence
do.
was...
I'm not doubting that at all. But I never said anything otherwise.
Now, I want to see Pink perform at the Colosseum. That's
She'd be fucking
something.
flying around.
Oh my actual god.
She'd be a gladiatress. Well, she has performed at the Colosseum.
Pepsi.
It's all linked.
Pepsi. Wait, the three of us?
Wait.
2025 version.
Wait, who's who?
Who's,
I think you're
who's-
Beyonce because you
who's
got the
Brit-
vocals.
So Britney, Beyonce, and Pink.
I'm definitely pink. Well, actually, you're
I
giving
think I'm,
more
I
pink.
think I'm a little bit more alt.
Thank you, Burn.
I would say
Alt.
I would say you're 100% Pink.
Thank you. I kind of look like a lesbian.
But we'll never forget that time that you didn't come to pink with me.
Wait, air this out. What happened?
Well, it's about time I came clean. Didn't come clean.
Has this ever been aired before?
I think so.
I think I've brought it up many times.
We had these plans to go see Pink, and I just kind of never expected that they would actually materialize.
It was a joke to James, but it wasn't a joke to me.
And then it was like a Tuesday night, and Sam was like, I can get us tickets to Pink. And I was just like, nah. And then he was like, and then I was like, I was like, I was like, oh, I don't really have any money right now. Like, I don't want to. I was like, sorry, you go without me.
So Gordo would never do that. Gordo would be...
Gordo would go. And
Gordo
thank
would
God
go.
I'm not Gordo.
Yeah.
I'm
and
Lalaine.
I called every single one of my friends that day and no one wanted to come.
I also
you
keep-
really wanted to go to Pink.
It was also like a Tuesday night, nosebleed seat.
It would have been amazing.
It was like a winter's
That's
night.
a once in a winter's night.
Wait, no, it was like literally the summer carnival.
A cold winter's night. It would have been amazing. Once in a lifetime chance, you know.
Did you end up going?
No.
Oh, you just couldn't find a friend.
Yeah, I went home. It was really sad.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
And yeah, I'm over it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Doesn't even
Well,
bother
now we're
me.
even because you went to your little Gold Coast trip without me.
Now that's different, okay? And you
Yeah,
know
because you
what?
went with your boyfriend. You had someone to go with, didn't you? Sure, if you had a boyfriend for Pink, they would have gone with you too.
Anyway.
Wait, no, this feels like a really great therapy session. And
Thank you. Thank you for allowing us.
Of course. But like I relate very much to this story because I am one in the group chat to talk the talk. But when a plan in the group chat materializes, I will absolutely not attend.
You're out of there.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, I'll be like, oh, you were being serious. No.
Oh, I did something awful the other day. Also, like group chat related. I had a few wines and I forgot that we had to buy Lord tickets for London. And then I like read the group chat and they were all like, we didn't get any, fuck. And I was like, whatever. So I'm like, get in. And I'm like, message them. I'm like, Lord tickets secured. Turn off my phone. And then like an hour later, I check it and they're like, what the fuck did you buy? And I was like, no, sorry, I just looked at the page and there was none left.
Just looking at the welcome
Yeah, I
page
was
being
like,
like, got my
secured.
tickets.
Yeah.
Wait, no, secured.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I did not get Lord tickets. And then I went on and I was like, there's like seats available. Do we want them? And they're like, no, they're $300 each. And I was like, okay, sorry.
They're like,
Team,
we
I
know.
got you.
I think I had a bottle and a half of wine at that point. So yeah,
You're only human.
exactly. It was my last day at work. Everyone was buying me drinks. I didn't know. I didn't even.
You had to do it.
Exactly.
You had to do it.
Did you have a good night though?
I did. I ended up at the
Peel.
Yeah.
Likely place.
I feel like the three of us and Mike's Mike, beep beep, should go to the Peel.
Well, what are you doing tomorrow?
Wait, don't take me with a good time.
We're going to Bar Kylie.
Okay, well,
Yeah, come.
I'll have.
We'll cut this out,
Don't make
you know.
these plans and bail.
I'll have my people speak to your people.
This is in July, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
we had
you've missed out.
We had the best night at the Peel.
We had the worst
worst
night
night at the
ever at the Peel.
Horrible. Very party for you, Charlie XX outro vibes. Horrible.
I was in the Uber to Craig and listening to the other woman.
Yes. Okay.
No,
Well,
but I am telling you, on a night home, listen to The Other Woman by Lana Del Rey. It is an out-of-body experience.
You think I haven't
I'll
done
try
this
that.
already?
Yeah, actually, I know you have.
actually, Handmaid's Tale ended with a Lana song the other night. Yeah.
song?
Sorry to bring it up again.
I thought it was a Taylor Swift song.
I can't remember. What
Also, Darcy Carden is in The Handmaid's Tale.
was it Black Beauty?
Oh,
No,
Ooh.
it was one of them. It's a good one.
Ultraviolence deep cut.
It's a good one.
Ooh, we were gonna do Ultraviolence
Yeah.
for this
We spoke
episode.
about that.
Ultraviolence, my favorite Lana album.
We all
Speak on
remember
that.
where we were.
Speak
We all
on
remember
that.
where we were.
We should wrap up.
Oh, yeah.
Any final thoughts about the Lizzie McGuire movie that we haven't covered?
Ate, chomped, chewed, devoured.
Yeah.
With ease, outsold every other girl.
I would just
to do
say
it.
we need to get that reboot happening.
Exactly.
We really do. And I will say, Lizzie McGuire movie is a film. Dare I say, I
Period.
think, no, actually, it's a film.
Yep.
The Lizzie McGuire film.
We've spoken. And it was
and the
shot on film,
episode.
so it's a film.
which is crazy.
And it is just, dare I say, in my top 5, if not my favorite film of all time, because it is just, it's stood the test of time, speak on that.
Agreed.
Aged like the finest of vinos.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
very Italiano.
very
Vino.
Italiano.
Yes.
Paolo. And it's just a film that I will go back to time and time again.
Comfort watch.
And it's just a comfort watch.
Literally.
It's camp, it's high glam, it's fashion, and it features a Kate redemption arc, and Gordo's a dweeb.
Oh, I feel like we need to hold space for Jake's little friend with the bob. Was that her brother's name?
Oh my God.
Oh, the blonde one?
Miss Fierce.
She has such an abrasive screen presence.
Yes.
Like,
Me.
there's something
She was bullying him.
yeah, she was scary.
Yeah.
But it's because when she came on, I was kind of like, oh my God, like I'd never seen acting like that. It was like, she was kind of going against notions of good acting, but then she was compelling. Like,
And you're not going to get it the first time you see it. But then you watch and you're like, wait, no, she's on a different wavelength.
you're like,
Rachel,
who
this
is
is
that?
serious.
Who is that?
Literally. The little headband. Oh,
She should have been huge.
I know she's gone on to bigger and better things.
That little
Well,
girl
that's the
was
thing. I
Emma
had a look
Stone.
at-
Yeah.
I've had a look at the IMDb pages of everyone else in this cast, and let me tell you, Hilary Duff is a star.
Well, let's just say the kid that plays her brother, iconic clip of him being like on the red carpet, I'm looking forward to cracking up. Probably cracking up. I haven't cracked up in a while.
That's perfect.
So he's had some history.
He's cracking up. And
yeah.
dare I say, he's cracking up.
And we are all looking forward to cracking up.
Yeah.
And did.
And we did.
And did.
And we cracked up.
We cracked up.
But would you say out of 5 stars, how many stars would you give the Lizzie McGuire movie?
I think it's
Now-
one of those ones where it's like, I would give it 5 stars on a nostalgia
Okay.
factor. Like when I rewatched the High School Musical movies, like they had to be given 5 stars. Because I'm not going to critically think about Lizzie McGuire movie. You know what I mean?
Like that fucking critic did.
Roger
Ebert.
that fucking critic. Roger Ebert.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard, I don't actually use star rating system. But if my arm was twisted, I'd give it a 4.
Okay.
And that's a genuine 4.
Yeah.
Are you on Letterboxd?
No. Actually, I just made my account. I wonder what my name is.
I feel like it might be Louis Hanson.
Probably.
Yeah. Gotta keep it consistent across all socials.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I think, well, exactly right. SEO, exactly right. 4 stars, no, I felt the earnest energy permeating from you just then.
Yeah.
Right. I'm serious. Like, I don't play.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
you don't fuck around.
Rachel,
Yeah.
this is serious.
Yeah. We usually do a rubric to decide what sort of is allowed through our gate.
Great.
But I actually feel like we should just let it through. Yeah.
I think we should just let it through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at the rubric and I'm like, yep, tick it all off.
Tick, tick, tick.
It's perfect.
Rubber
And
stamp.
also, something that we need to just hold some space for is how incredible the soundtrack is. And
Why not by Hilary Duff?
why not by Hilary Duff?
Do a crazy dance.
Do a crazy
Yeah.
dance. Do a crazy dance.
Yeah. And
Take
will.
a crazy chance.
And will.
Crack up and do a crazy dance.
You could lose a little, but you might lose a lot.
You might lose a lot. So
why
why
not?
not?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if that isn't the theme song that should be playing over the gates of hell, I don't know what other song could do that.
Why not?
That's a powerful note to end things on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank
Thank
you
you for coming.
for being here.
Yeah, no,
Where
this
can
has been
people
really
find
special.
you on the internet? if
Hey,
you'd like to be
just
found?
maybe
Appeal.
yeah. Like late July. Who knows if I want to be found then? Do you know what I mean?
You might have changed your name,
might have
your
changed.
handle. You might have changed completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, for now, just like have a good search. Just type in the name on the Instagrams and the TikToks, and like if it comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't, then that's
Not
a sign.
meant to be.
Yeah.
Not meant to be.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
beautiful.
that's the strongest sort of thing I've ever heard.
Thank you.
Why not take a crazy chance?
Yeah. Well,
Why
thank you for
not?
coming. We'll meet up next year in Rome, Italy, and we'll do a live episode at the
At the
Colosseum.
Colosseum.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
we'll rent it off Lizzie.
Yeah,
Sing
and
for
I'm
me,
going to do my own
gatekeepers.
stunts there
Yeah.
as well.
She does her own stunt.
With
yeah,
pink.
I do. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. We subscribe to our Patreon and
Leave us a review.
that's it.
You have a Patreon? That's amazing.
Yeah. We make 100 billion a month from
Yeah.
it,
No,
actually. Yeah.
That's how we're going to afford the Colosseum.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
We bought it. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
sign up to the Patreon.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't fuck around.
Exactly. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ciao, actually.
Ciao.